to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here, where it's grey and overcast, which is 90% of the time. So, oh, there you go. I'm live. All right, cheers and welcome to what am I called now? Oh, my daily coffee and cosmic check-in. Welcome. Hello, Louise. I know you're there. Good morning. Mm, my Greek coffee. I have to enjoy them because I'm going to have no Greek coffee for 2 weeks. Oh, it doesn't look like it's working today. No, maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, I just saw you there, Louise. Anyway, all right. So, Wednesday the 13th of August. All right. So the moon is currently in Aries, which is nice from it's neither here nor there. It's more dynamic than yesterday. How's that? Yesterday we had that very we had a yesterday was more about finding the inner strength. So I feel like today with this moon in Aries, no, see, there's got to be someone there. Yes, Jen, good morning. So there we go. I thought with Mercury going direct that my thing was going to work. Now it's not. Again, meh. Anyway, all right. So the moon today is in Aries. I'll just read the words actually. So as the moon enters Aries today, it feels a bit like he has been briefed and blessed at the beginning of a quest, very much like the hero's journey or Bilbo or Frodo Baggins as he sets off to Mordor, still feeling confident and driven that he will conquer his foes and come home victorious. Yet there is cause for quiet reflection. The road ahead may still host shadows, so you remember that you have your inner light to guide you. All right, so now I'm definitely not saying, good morning, Paulette, that there are dangers on the road ahead. But what I am saying is to keep your eyes open and even just your psychic feelers out, all right? Because again, there's nothing negative really going on, but I just feel like, that moon in Aries that has just come across Saturn and Neptune, hence he has been briefed and blessed at the beginning of his journey. Now, it is the first sign of the zodiac, so it is another lunar cycle that has started in Aries. So, we are feeling brave and confident, and, where is it? Only fools rush in where some other people fear to tread. Insert right quote here because it's something like that. Right. So in the sky, we have the moon is going to start, the moon is squaring Jupiter. And then later on, after 11, it starts to square Venus because yesterday we had that beautiful Venus conjunct Jupiter at 3 p.m. So we did have that really nice afternoon. And they are still conjunct, they're still holding hands, they are in embrace. However, Venus is moving on from that because she is the quicker planet. So with this moon in Aries, that can be quite immature. All right, so don't rush down that road where fools fear to tread and promise that you are going to achieve these things, because a wise person that has more experience knows that there are always foes hidden in the trees on the side of those quest roads. There is light and dark, darling. Like, it's yin and yang. There are always going to be both elements, okay? I feel like I need to click again. So, absolutely. Oh my God, look at all these people. Good morning, Amy. Oh, good. Excellent. Cheers. Uh, oh, we're angels fear to train. Thank you. Good morning, Susan. How are you? So don't rush in today and promise that you're going to do things, all right? Because this might just cause yourself tension, all right? So there's also that Venus square. So, it could be you promising to your love that you're going to do something, and I don't know, you rush off in a different direction. Shiny thing. Mercury is still quite slow. It doesn't get off that 4-degree mark until Friday, I think. So, it's still very sluggish and very like, my feed's not working again. So, we could have had that initial, oh yay, Mercury's direct, but then we've still got the Mercury hangover. He still hasn't got enough caffeine in his system to actually be like, oh, I'm awake now. He needs his cosmic coffee. So actually, there you go. Mm, yum. All right. So now in the sky in general, the sun is trine Chiron. So this is another reason why I use that hero's journey, or choose Bilbo. Bilbo was first with the Hobbit. Frodo was second with the Lord of the Rings. So Frodo's journey was much more precarious in a sense because he was actually going to Mordor. All right, he already had the fear in him, whereas Bilbo just went off on his quest and had those experiences. Well, this is a fucking side shoot and a half. Had those experiences and that learning and growth while he was in. All right, so he didn't start with fear. He just went off on an adventure. All right, so same with the hero's journey. Luke Skywalker has a tragedy that forces him to go on that journey that he actually said no, not interested. When he first came up against Obi-Wan and he invited him on that journey, he turned it down. All right, so I don't know where I'm going with this. So someone must be relating to this because you know what I'm saying. But the point is, with that Sun trine Chiron, we are all improving and becoming prouder of ourselves and growing into those leadership skills and potentials because we are healing ourselves. All right, a lot of what is sort of been going on right now is about our inner narrative and how we support ourselves. Think of that Jupiter, beautiful Jupiter Venus conjunction. It comes from self nurturing, from self awareness, from I don't know, just the way we give and receive love to ourselves. Stop being so inner critic. It's not doing you any favors. It's not supporting you in the growth that you want to achieve. So, so I think the sun's at 20 degrees right now, and Chiron is at 27. So we can just assume that approximately in the next week, we're going to have that sun Chiron exact. And so the work we're doing now, hence the Aries moon at the beginning of this cycle, we are bravely moving forward. When the moon moves into Taurus, we're going to be way more concerned with our security and our self-worth. So if we are supporting ourselves now, then our self-worth is only going to grow. So every time we support ourselves and we move into these new moons and these new cycles, we're just reinforcing our ability to function well in the system or in the cycle. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Sally. Hello, Eden. How are you? Mercury hangover, absolutely. Like I said, it was working yesterday, and today it's decided that no, it doesn't want to work. So, um, so yeah, hence, okay, so also in the sky. All right. So like I was saying, there's that little bit of tension. Don't promise too much. Don't be too overly, I'll do it. Because it's just going to cause that, oh, I wish I hadn't have said that. All right. So know where your boundaries and energetic limitations are. Oh, that's a good one. Because Mercury is also, like I was saying, Mercury's slow, but he's also sextile Mars. All right. So we could be initiating conversations. All right. But again, we don't want to be spinning our wheels. Okay. So paying attention to any frustration that comes up and trying to remember that we are growing and healing ourselves. All right. So we've got Mercury sextile Mars. We've got Venus trine the North Node. She just wants to get on and get on with the growth. All right. So she's in Cancer, all loved up and comfortable. She's got her Udi on right now. And, she knows that it's going to take things like nurturing and meditation and spiritual practices for her to move forward. Venus trine North Node. All right. Mars, not doing anything at the moment, or he's not making any applying aspects to anybody right now. So he's just having a little bit of a rest. He did just have a lot of work to do. Jupiter also trying the North Node because Venus and Jupiter are conjunct. So, we have this wisdom and knowledge and psychology and higher learning principles. If we can just, like I said, Venus knows that meditation is something that's going to help her get forward because that quiet knowing space is being nurtured. All right. And then also Saturn not doing anything right now. Thank you. Because, his lessons are wonderful, but they're also hard. All right. So let's draw a card. I have been like so hot atomic all morning, and now I'm just starting to cool down and chill. Hi Anita, how are you? Literally starting an art project today on shadows and inner light. Hello Mandy, how are you? Oh, that's beautiful. And Anita, I love that. I love that. So yeah, I mean, you guys know how much I love the whole inner, the whole hero's journey, and the fact that ages and stages and growth and potential, and it's all incremental, and those small steps make up large journeys. All right, so we've got to stop the fear of starting something because we think we're going to fail. We are going to fail, and that's good because then that makes us realize what we don't want to do. I don't know whether I don't remember. Oh, Bilbo. He was the Hobbit, the first journey. There was wisdom that he imparted on Frodo for that second journey. So here's us, Chiron. This is part of our, Chiron experience is that we have to understand our own wounds so that we can then help the next generation or we can help the people that come after us. So again, the healing experience is not just for yourself. We heal ancestral wounds. We heal family experiences. We even heal workplace agendas, like it's just self-awareness, always self-awareness. This one. Oh, there we go. Don't get stuck too much in your head. All right. And hence going back to this inner narrative that is so strong and relevant right now. You know, Mercury is in Leo. It is about how do I look in this fabulous outfit? You know, all those black birds, all those dark thoughts. But look, there is ultimately transcendence. Do you need to take those? I read a card this morning and they suggested sitting down for 7 minutes with a piece of paper, not a computer, not a phone. Sit down with your thoughts. Maybe that 7 minute meditation. I don't know, but don't let these these dark thoughts um, be the thing that does your head in. No, you are wiser than that, and you can transcend these thoughts with that bit of love from Venus and Jupiter in Cancer. Give yourself a hug, give your inner child a hug, give your family a hug. Ask for what you need, and yeah, impart love. Oh, what was it, Morgana? How did people go with their pedicures and manicures yesterday? We don't want to be so critical to our inner critic that it is just feeding negativity. We want to be so freaking positive to that inner critic that she can't do anything but support us. So let's see. Click the button one more time. I might need to talk as my elderly neighbor. I looked after her for 20 years and had a granddaughter. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Yeah, go support your friend. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Well, not ending on that negative thing. Remember today, don't overpromise. um, any frustration that comes up, throw love at it, throw support, throw empathy. Just be the wise person that you are, and just do what you can to maybe with that Mercury Mars enter negotiations from a really compassionate point of view. And yeah, it's the start again of another cycle. You know, every day is the start of a new cycle. So I hope that this day brings you all the beautiful things that you want. Be brave, be brash, but be wise. Mwah. I will see you guys tomorrow.